Hey kids, it's Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. Now, like London buses, I don't buy a new motorcycle for about 5 years and then two come along all at once. I've bought myself another new motorcycle. Stick around, stay tuned, I'll show you what it is. So first off, I must just say thank you very much indeed for the great response that I got to my last reveal video when I showed you my new Triumph Speed Twin. I got loads of comments, so many in fact that I couldn't reply to any. And it seems that I fooled a few of you with that bike as well. Many of you weren't expecting it. I wonder if you've guessed what this bike is. I suspect many of you may have guessed it already. I've told a few people anyway. But anyway, without further ado, let me take the cover off and reveal to you what this bike is. Ta-da! So here she is, the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, or if in the US I think it's called the Int 650 there. Did you guess it? I suspect many of you will have done. As I say, I have mentioned this to a few people anyway, so a few people knew that I was getting this bike. And there's a bit of a story behind it. When I first rode this bike, or one of these bikes, about, I don't know, 6 months or so ago, I absolutely fell in love with it and thought I'm going to have to get one of these things. So I put an order in actually about 2 months ago to get this bike, which was way before I actually got the Speed Twin. So there's been a bit of a timing issue, which is why you've seen some comments in other videos when for example, the Henry Cole videos, when I mentioned that I was getting an Interceptor, yet I'd just got a Speed Twin that confused some of you. So sorry about that, it was all a bit odd. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so this particular bike then, what is this all about? This is a colour scheme you may not have seen before. It's called Baker Express. I call it rhubarb and custard. I just think it looks great. I actually like the way that the Royal Enfield is painted on the tank, rather than having a little tank badge on there. Everybody has those orange ones, don't they? Not that I don't like the orange one, but I just think this looks nice. It's got some blacked out features, the wheels are blacked out, the forks and lights blacked out, and I may do something with this in the longer term, which I think the blacked out look will be better, will just work better being blacked out. So there we go, so that's the bike. I can't wait to ride it some more. So much for looking at it on the driveway though. Let me take you back to this morning when I was on the first ride, when I picked it up from the dealers. So you join me on the bike then, just literally as I've picked it up from the bike down in Watford. I've got, what, 24.9 miles on the bike now, so I've got a big grin on my face. You can't see it, of course, but it's always great picking up a new bike, isn't it? And she feels absolutely great, just like I remember from the previous rides I've had on the Interceptor. Nice and light, sounds brilliant, and just proper back to basics biking. That's what I like about it. There's nothing pretentious about this. It's simple and it's fun. I love it. Of course, unfortunately, I'm in that running in period, so I can't get her into the higher rev bands for the first few hundred miles, and the first service is at I think 400 miles. Just need to double check that. So I'm going to put those miles on pretty rapidly over this coming weekend, I think, and then get the first service done and get her running as quickly as I can. But she feels great. Really looking forward to getting some serious miles on her. In terms of things I'm going to do to her to make her my own, not a lot needs changing, really, to be honest. I think the first mod will probably be just to change out the exhaust end cans. The exhausts on here as standard do sound lovely. I hope you can hear them actually. Got a nice low throaty rumble, but when you're on faster roads, I just came up the dual carriageway, the A41, the sound sort of disappears when you're going a bit faster. So something a little bit louder would be nice, so that's going to be one of the first mods. Might put on a different bash plate as well, something a bit more solid. And in terms of extras I've already had fitted, these mirrors I had fitted at the dealer. These are, I think they call these the touring mirrors. They're just a slightly nicer quality than the standard mirrors that come with it. Finished in black as well, with the black sort of finish of this bike. I'll see how I get on with them. They work really well. They don't look too bad. They're still a little bit Mickey Mouse for my liking. I might, in the fullness of time, go bar end mirrors with them. And I've gone for the little bit of Royal Enfield stuff that goes on the cross member of the bar there. Don't know what they call that, handlebar brace cover or something. Just looks cool, I think. And that's pretty much it. I might get a tail tidy. I'll no doubt get a slightly smaller number plate. Nothing too radical, because I don't want to be obviously illegal with the plate, but the standard number plate that comes with the bike is just massive, as all number plates are on new bikes in the UK. So yeah, very happy. Here's a picture we took at the dealership of me getting on the bike just now, so you can see how happy I am. And at the moment, just based on my, the 20 miles or so I've ridden on it on this ride back home, she's feeling lovely. Very, very happy indeed. There we go, that's the new bike. the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to do some trips and tours on it and bring you loads more videos. And by the way, if you haven't been with the channel for very long, you may not have seen my previous videos on this bike. I've done reviews, in-depth reviews, all sorts of things on the bike already. I'll put some links in the corner so you can go back and watch those videos if you're interested in this bike. So there we are. So 2 bikes in 2 months basically, which is unheard of. So a bit like London buses, just when you don't expect them. A couple come along at once. So I'm absolutely brassic now. So there won't be any new bikes for some time, I imagine. But I've got another one in mind that I'd like, but it's going to be a couple of years down the line. All right, I hope that's been of some interest, and I look forward to speaking to you next time. Until then, this has been Mr. and Fly. Cheerio.